your role is a moderator. So you have certain features that you have access to as the moderator, and here is how they're listed. So the barometer, you can turn that on or off, and that's where the students were able to click whether they were confused or not. You have quizzes, polls, social questions and answers, and discussions. So these are all the events you can create. You can turn them on and off depending on what you want to use. If you turn it off, then obviously it's not going to show up on the student screen. Here, you can monitor profanity. It does filter that. Math formatting, if you want to have exponents, symbols, that kind of thing. And then here is where you can turn on whether you want the names to be required or not. So when you want them to be anonymous, you would turn it off from the moderator controls.
So if it's anonymous, that means the other people can't see it, but I can, or that means no one can see it?
Well, if you turn the button off here, the name is not required, period.
Okay,
So that's why
you
I would
wouldn't know.
probably leave this one on so that I can see the names.
Right.
And then in each individual event, you have the option to control whether other students see it or just you.
Okay, okay,
Does
so
that
that's
make
within an
sense?
event.
If
Okay.
you can see them and they
Right,
can't.
which is probably for us the best fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go through this quickly. The formative assessment options already shows you the events that you have. This one is a quiz, so you would enter the quiz title. You can enter questions. Your options for questions are multiple choice or short answer. You can incorporate images in questions if you want to do that, and then as many answer choices as you want if it's multiple choice. There's also a text box where you can enter feedback once they have completed a quiz. So if you want them to know the correct answer on number 3 was blah, 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 you can include that there. The results are downloaded in the format of an Excel spreadsheet for quizzes.
Awesome.
Okay. The next kind is a poll. For some reason, I always think of social studies when we talk about polls. That just seems like a class you would want student opinion a lot quickly. So again, you would enter the name of a poll. You can include a description if you need more than just a name, and then different choices that they would choose. The results from a poll, you can select whether you want it as a pie chart or a bar chart, bar graph. And then here, notice, is your audience visibility. Do you want other students to be able to see the results as they vote, or do you want them to not see it because you're afraid it may affect their opinion? So that's turned on from the actual event. The third one,
Karis,
Uh-huh.
you create your own questions, or do they have question banks?
no, they don't have question banks, so you
Okay.
type in your own questions, or there's where you can import questions.
Okay.
Okay. Discussions, here you would enter discussion title, a description, and then students would enter their responses from their account. And again, you can turn on whether they see other people's responses or not with discussions. And then last is where you can ask students a question. This would be good for exit tickets or warm-ups where you just need a quick assessment. And when students log in, they see that they have a question visible that they need to answer. So this is actually the teacher asking the student question.
That's an exit.
Exit
Yeah,
slips,
for
yeah.
an exit, I
Yeah.
like that.
All right, so the 2 other benefits I think are great with Go Soapbox is that you can see who is online. So the students are supposed to be working on their iPads. It will tell you how many students are online in that program and how many are present total. So like you can pretty much process of elimination figure out who's not doing the program that they're supposed to be doing. Which again does go back to one of the problems you all listed about monitoring student activity when they're on their iPads. Also, the barometer I think is helpful because, again, it tells you how many students are confused and you can address those students individually. Okay? Alright, so what I want you to do is go ahead on your iPad or your device, go ahead and go to Go Soapbox, and I want you to go ahead and quickly set up a free teacher account. It doesn't require much information at all. You need a username and a password, and I believe an email. And if you need help getting there, you can access the direct link that's on the Google Doc. And then once you're in, if you want to look around for a minute, you can, but this is the account that you'll use for your post-training activity to implement in your classroom.
don't have an app store right now anyway, so.
They're not gonna get in the app store, but we could put them in the DCS app store.
Oh, okay, it's on the app store.
They probably don't feel like they do.
They have the DCS, such as things.
When you set up your account, you do have the option to do a quick tour. We're not gonna do the quick tour right now. If you wanna do that in your free time, you can. But I wanted you to go ahead and have your account set up so that you're ready to move forward if you wanted to use this before we do our post-training activity. Does anyone have a question about setting up your account?
I've got to run to the 7th grade, but I really would like for you to do this for every grade level.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay?
This is good.
All right.
Okay. Is everybody in? All right, do you see where you can click on creating events? That's where you would set up your
Oh, yeah.
assignments, and then you can select what type of event you would like to use.
Are we gonna go ahead and create an assignment? Is that okay?
If
Or
you
create
want
an
to.
event?
In a minute, I'm going to have you log out of a teacher account, and we're going to view this from a student perspective, just so that you're familiar with it.
Is that what this is?
That's where a student would log in, yes. They would enter their access code at that point. It took me a minute to figure out when I was setting up my account where it says join, sign in, or whatever. There's a difference between that and like the sign up button. Did you click sign up?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It took me a minute to figure out the difference.
Oh, okay.
Why can't I get the homepage again?
Yeah, that's what I maybe need to go back
What's
to.
that? You're not signed in on this screen. There you go. There's your account. All right, any questions about the teacher account?
Can I ask, yes, I have a question.
Okay.
When you did your Go Soapbox event,
Mm-hmm.
that's not an individual event name, is it? Or
What do you
name
mean?
it for your courses? Or like if I typed in exit ticket, then I need to go add questions to it? Or do you do it for like,
You have to do one for each block.
yes?
Yes. That's the downfall. That's a disadvantage for us.
So I could title them by my
But-
classes.
But can you copy it? Can you copy an event?
I think you can.
You know, like Socratic,
I think you can.
just copy it.
Because there is a share button.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I
You
did an
share it
exit
with
ticket,
yourself.
Which, if you only have 30 students at a time, I guess you would still need to copy it because otherwise, once it has feedback for 30, that's your limit.
alright, so we go from just creating it to,
And then that would be the access code that you would give students if you wanted them to access the event.
but I've not built anything in the event, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You can
Okay.
still add things,
I can
but
add
they
things
give
to
you
it.
the code ahead of time.
Got it. So do we have to keep this or does that code pop back up?
No, it can pop back up.
Okay, good.
All right, are we good with that? Ready to move on? Okay, log out of your teacher account if you will. And you may have noticed on the home screen or on the home website, there was a button that said join/sign in. We want to access that button so that we can enter our own access code. And this is the access code that I would like for you to enter as a student.
Where'd you find this?
Go Soapbox. I researched popular apps on the internet for hours, and I found this one that you hadn't heard of.
That was the aim.
Okay, so once you enter your access code, you should be prompted to enter your name. Please enter your appropriate name. That's what I would direct
It's
students to
still
do.
sign me. It's still me then.
It is.
Yeah. So I can click join.
We click join, right, there for this one?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I'm still in as me.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's
Try
because we're
again.
already signed up
You have
for
to
it.
log out completely.
Yeah, you have to completely log out.
The very bottom
Will it still
option.
give it to me if I sign in as a teacher? If I signed up for your, it said PD on it, so I think I can still
Yeah,
do
that
it.
was it.
It did the same thing to me, but if I,
Alright, I'm going back to sign out because I got the
There we
same
go.
thing,
Now you're as
sign
a
out.
student.
Let's do that again.
There's a black bar. Keep going. Yeah, right there.
I'm just looking at this one.
And you signed out appropriately. Perfect.
Join.
There you go. Now you're
Okay, now I'm
entering
in
your
as a
name.
guest.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is yours working appropriately? Okay. And yours is too? Yes, that's correct. Okay, so once you're logged into your student account, I want you to look at the polls. There should be a poll titled, how do you feel about Fridays, or what do you think about Fridays? I would like for you to answer that poll so that you can get a feel of what it's like for students to answer a poll question.
I don't think I see it.